bit different. This one is obviously geared towards students, okay? So please keep that in mind.
Okay.
So there's some things that are not available here that you can find in other in the stores in your area that are geared more towards the families, the singles, etc. Okay, so just know that. But what we're going to do is we're going to start out in the deli section. I'm going to show you how to use some deli items to make a meal, something we talked about in one of the early classes, and then we'll go down and take a look at things in the produce section. Kind of hover over there, and I'll show you some different seasonings and different ways of cooking, okay, to bring flavor into foods, and then also to do some comparison, some label comparison, okay, of where you can see a big difference in terms of sugar content, okay. Yeah, and if you're managing diabetes or watching carbohydrate, what you're looking for, okay? And then I've got a couple things in terms of snack ideas that we'll talk about. So let's go ahead and get started. I thought early on is to use salads not as a salad, but rather to make a meal, okay? So here, we've got the salmon salad. You could take the salmon, pair it with a 90-second microwave rice packet, okay? And then maybe have some steamed fresh vegetables on the side, or make a meal out of the lettuce, okay? Make a side salad out of the lettuce. Or you could even take the hard-boiled egg, tomatoes, and make like a quick breakfast mixture the next day, okay? So just an idea. That one sells out a lot at most of your locations, okay? Another good one,
That's my favorite.
is this one, yeah. Love to take the spinach and like saute it, wilt it down, which is great to do in some chicken broth, okay? So that way you're not having to use a lot of oil. Wilt the spinach down, either put it as extra on a frozen thin crust pizza, or make up like a quesadilla with it, okay? Or cook it down and mix it with some scrambled eggs and make an omelet, make salad for dinner. Yeah, and then you can also take the strawberries, layer those with some yogurt, okay? And then maybe add a few of the praline pieces for topping.
I've done that actually. That's my favorite. My husband, we don't
Come into the stores when keto was really popular. You've got little egg bites, okay? I'll also show you the just crack an egg over near the dairy cakes, okay? But just some fun little things. And I watch for, kind of novel things like that when they're BOGO, okay? And I just need to grab something. I told Adriana, who's with me right now, that I'll be grabbing something from here. Is this people? Okay. I'll either be grabbing something from here, like I love these little guys. Just a quick sandwich at $3.99. That's cheaper than me going to Nook's actually and getting a bowl of soup.
and less sodium.
Yeah. Boom. A cup of soup at Nook's is going to be close to 1,000 grams of sodium. Yeah. Okay. Are these? Have y'all seen these? Now the neighborhood Publix have these. These are just shrink wrapped, so they're fresher. So it's not frozen. Okay. It's not full of preservatives. Okay. And so there's different. These are more kind of ethnic meals if you kind of like to venture out a little bit. And so just some fun things.
Yeah, I've tried those once and
Love these products. Love these products. Y'all tried these the first week, didn't you? Second week? Okay.
He's so cute.
Okay, so love to include these. We have a snack list that we give out to patients. Okay? The chocolate hummus tastes just like brownie batter. It's really good.
I haven't tried that.
There's an apple pie one that's out right now. I think, Adriana, can you tell them what you made when you were working with?
Snickerdoodle hummus for the school systems in Burlington. And they love it. They dip strawberries in it, graham crackers.
That's fantastic. Tzatziki dip, okay. Also great when it's buy one, get one. Okay. Tzatziki dip, if you like to eat at Tzatziki's or Zoe's, that's what that creamy dip is. All this is plain Greek yogurt with some shredded cucumber, dill, and lemon juice mixed in. So good. You can use it as a dip, like with bell pepper pieces, or put it over fish and give fish a fresh life. Okay? BOGO. It's not so thin, it's a thicker one. I love that. Okay. So that's yummy. And then also these, the naan. Okay. So how many, okay, so 5 pieces gives you 27 grams of carbohydrate. Okay. So yeah. So that's pretty nice for, and you could use that with the tzatziki dip. Okay. Or the hummus. Hopefully, as COVID starts to kind of begin to die down a little bit, I was really hoping that Nukes would bring their condiment bar back. Because I used to love to get the roasted garlic off there and then take it home and mash it and make it chips now. You know, they're a little bit different than your regular crackers. I always ask people, you know, ask yourself, can you eat the portion? It's just like regular chips. Can you eat the portion? Okay. So, you know, whether it's the chips, pretzel bits, yeah. You can also, and we, Adriana and I were talking about this, and you can find it on allrecipes.com. You can take Parmesan cheese and just melt it in the oven and make your own, and it's going to be cheaper. Yeah. Yeah. So try that, but allrecipes.com have a guide. I love the days coming back. I love it when it goes on BOGO. Just because one person is hard to eat a whole loaf of bread. Freezer. But the Dave's Killer Bread, awesome. Yeah, it's really good. And I like the thin slice because it's only 70 calories for a slice. We're really inexpensive at Dollar General. I said, Nature's on Bread, really inexpensive at Dollar General.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, we actually have a UA alum who developed recipes, you know about her, for Dollar General, using only foods that could be purchased from Dollar General, and they're called the Better For You recipes. They are on their website. So, when you're cooking for one or two adults, or for one, sometimes when you buy the bagged lettuces, spinach, it goes bad before you can use it.
Yes.
So think of
Yeah.
So if you can use it for multiple purposes, for example, I might wilt down some spinach, again, and some chicken broth, okay, and then use it to make like omelet muffin cups. Use it to put again on a thin crust pizza to ramp up the vegetable. Okay, put it in a quesadilla, or have it just as a side. Okay? So that's just an idea because again, those can go bad quickly. But yeah, I do like those. Romaine, kale, little guacamoles to keep at your desk when you need like an afternoon snack or something. That's what I do. So just some fun things, you know. The sugar snap peas, we were talking about these with a patient yesterday. Those are also good to keep like in your work refrigerator and just microwave and just when you just need volume.
It's a nice crunch too.
Yeah, a good
Oh, yeah.
crunch.
And they're slightly sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. So just something kind of fun there. I will say like the broccoli slaw or like the veggie stir fry. That is great to stuff a sandwich with. Okay? Or like put a piece of fish or chicken on top. It's just kind of a different base. So just some kind of fun things there. And then if you're wanting to try some different produce but you really don't know how to prepare it, butternut squash, for example, makes a great side. But getting into it is pretty difficult because it's a really hard exterior. Yeah. So this is a good way to try some things. Okay? Or if you want to try like the spiralized. I've got a pizza recipe that uses leek and fennel, okay? Along with some chicken sausage. I promise it's good. It's from a cookbook that I worked on as a foods editor more years ago than I'd like to tell you. But leek is slightly kind of has a slight sweet onion taste, kind of a delicate onion taste, and then fennel has a slight licorice taste. It's not heavy, but you can use, you just cut off the end piece and then slice it just like you would an onion. And then you can even use the fronds. Use that with pasta, just stir it into pasta. Again, you get a very slight licorice taste, but it kind of peps up the dish. These are my absolute favorite for snack time.
Not spicy.
Huh?
Not spicy.
They're not spicy. Okay. Now that's a great question though, because as a general rule of thumb, the larger the pepper, the sweeter it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Whereas the smaller the pepper, the hotter it is. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a general rule of thumb.
Yeah,
These,
I would think that these one were spicy.
Yeah.
but they're not. They're like mini little bell
okay.
peppers. Okay. Fun things you can do with these, and they run these BOGO all the time. Okay. Is just cut off the stem piece, split them open, and remove the seeds, and you can stuff it with plain Greek yogurt and some everything but the bagel seasoning. Yum, yum. Everything. This is everything but the salt, but like the everything but seasonings. It is onion, garlic, poppy seeds, tasty, tasty, tasty. So this is fun. Other things you can do: take a cheese stick, a mozzarella cheese stick, stick it in there, just cut off the stem and cut it in there, and microwave it.
Are there seeds? Do those have seeds inside? Like that?
They're tiny.
Okay.
They're not big.
Okay,
But those are.
but you can eat them.
Yeah, you can
okay.
eat them.
Okay.
Other things, one of my favorite dips, and maybe Miranda, I think we still have the recipe because we tested it or tasted it before COVID, is to take the flavored tub style cream cheeses, the 1/3 less fat,
Okay.
like the garden vegetable,
Yeah.
chive and onion, and stir in some frozen chopped spinach that's been squeezed dry, or your sauteed spinach, and then just stuff. And then
Okay.
it's a really yummy spinach dip that's more vegetable than it is dip. Yeah. The carrot chips, which to me are easier on the teeth than these. I have a crown collection, so these are not fun to eat. But the carrot chips, you can use just like a dip. So great for that tzatziki dip, great for your hummus. So really good. And easy enough on your 4-year-olds.
Oh, okay.
Delicate. Okay, so here we'll kind of stop for a minute and talk about seasoning, different ways to season. Herbs and spices. Herbs and spices. If you're one of the great people who can grow them, more power to you. I almost kill artificial flowers and things. Okay. So these are great options, whether it's these freeze-dried, okay, or dried spices and herbs, or I love to take, my particular favorite is to take the lemongrass and basil, and these are herb paste that you store in the refrigerator, and they stay good for months. I like to mix these two together and toss it with hot cooked pasta and either chicken or shrimp.
That's the only thing.
Yeah. So it's something totally different for dinner. Okay. But they have all different types, and they have these in all the neighborhood Publixes.
So you say mix it with pasta, and I see you've got that bonsai pasta in there.
Yes. Okay. So great segue. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
This is the marketing person. So, some pastas that are on the market now that really offer you more nutrition. Okay. The Barilla Protein Plus and the Bonza pasta, this one is a little bit cheaper. Okay, runs a little bit cheaper. This one runs BOGO a lot. Okay. But these pastas have chickpeas or garbanzo beans in the flour, in the pasta flour. Okay. So you're actually getting more protein and more fiber. Okay. But I assure you, if you serve this to someone who said, I will not eat whole wheat pasta, they will never know. They will never know.
You don't have to do anything.
Yeah. So these are fantastic. But see, look at the protein here. 20 grams of protein.
Nice a lot.
That's the equivalent of right at a 3-ounce chicken breast. I love Ponzu sauce. Have y'all seen this?
Well, you mentioned it, but I haven't ever used it.
Yeah. So Ponzu sauce is like a soy sauce, but with lemon added. Okay. So it's got some.
So it's less sodium.
This one is actually less sodium than even low sodium soy sauce. So here, your eyes, you got your glasses on. Okay. So the sodium, and these are both a tablespoon serving. Okay. Sodium here is 590.
and 480.
Okay. Okay. Great to saute chicken with. Okay. Gives chicken, because I mean, we all get tired of chicken. But the Ponzu sauce is fantastic. It's stored right beside the soy sauce.
Okay.
Okay. Other yummy things, and I picked up the brand name. Publix has their own brand or their own variety, but the Mojo Sauce. Okay. This is more along, again, kind of going more towards your ethnic foods aisle. The Mojo Sauce is great marinade. Okay. Gives chicken, turkey. You will not know you're eating turkey. Okay. So it's a marinade of blood orange. Okay. Some garlic, some nutmeg, bay leaves, and onion. And it is yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay. And it's a really cost-effective marinade because this bottle is what? Did we look at like $1.39? I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was about $1.39.
$1.39?
Yes.
Whoa. Okay.
That's
Are you buying
Great.
that afterwards? I'm gonna take that home with me. So I've got some chicken breast at home.
There you go.
Okay.
yeah, it's
Other
cheapy.
things- And this is actually Carolyn McVicker's one of her favorite seasonings. Okay. Is and this is also on in your Hispanic foods aisle. Okay. This is kind of a, how would you describe it, Miranda? Kind of a spicy, limey,
Yeah, or make your mouth water. I don't know, like that umami flavor.
tangy.
You know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What is this? Tagine. Yeah. But
Tagine.
yummy. I know Carolyn loves to put it over cucumber for snack. Okay.
The baby cucumbers, and they're on sale.
Yeah.
Buy one, get one.
I think it's yummy over shrimp.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
shrimp.
too.
Which, I mean, shrimp, any kind of seafood that you can give a citrus flavor to is going to be yummy. Where is that? This is in the Hispanic foods aisle.
They also carry it at Aldi.
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's yummy. And then there's another one, and this is back on the market, and I'm so excited. This is a yummy dressing for. Yeah. Have you tried this
I've
one?
had that.
No,
yes.
I didn't.
It's
It's
so
really
good. You can use it over a salad. You can also use it to toss with like cold pasta to make a cold pasta dish. Yummy flavor, okay, and very different in terms of that. When you want that kind of marinade, you want a marinade or you want something to toss and bring together cooked pasta. This is fantastic, and it is a little bit lower calorie.
Can I see the back ones?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's my husband's favorite salad dressing over spinach.
Yeah.
Over spinach salad. I love that.
But with cold pasta, it's fantastic.
I love that. I'm trying to maybe if I-
These canned crushed tomatoes, they're the fire roasted tomatoes. Great to throw. You remember I mentioned red pepper flakes make a great seasoning. Throw a little bit of red pepper flake in there to your desired heat, and then toss that or put it alongside cooked pasta. If you want to add a protein, you could, but when you're using those type pastas, the Bonza or the Barilla Protein Plus, you've already got your protein built in. Okay, that is yummy, yummy. And you can either top it with some shredded Parmesan cheese or a skim ricotta cheese. Okay. And then this particular brand, because I have a lot of people who will ask, well, I should stay away from canned produce,
Yes,
right?
I try to stay away from cans.
Good tip is that like this brand tends to be lower sodium, and they're actually marked with a heart health insignia. Or if it's just regular canned vegetables, you can rinse them and drain them, and you're going to rinse off some of the excess sodium. Okay? Snacking on things that are packed in vinegar, such as olives, okay, for example, anything.
Like antipasto.
Huh?
Antipasto.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. You can snack on this and look, the entire jar. So if I eat the entire jar, so there's 8 servings in the jar, it's only 5 calories.
Wow.
So
40 calories a jar.
Okay. Yeah. And so what you're getting, this one has a little bit of a brine solution other than just plain vinegar, but anytime you snack on something with vinegar, the vinegar cuts the taste for something sweet, okay? Because it gives you that pow mouthfeel. Okay, so that's fantastic. We're just looking to keep snacks on hand. These are fantastic. You know, yes, could you cut it up yourself? Would you do it before you left work in the morning? Okay, so you can keep things like this on hand. This one has a light ranch with it with the veggies. This one has a little bit of caramel dip, but that's a tiny container, so I'm not going to worry as much about that. But it's just something to keep a snack on hand so you're not going down to a vending machine. You can do name brand. These are great as well. If you need to cook or you know someone, maybe a coworker who cooks for large groups, South's Finest Meats has 2.5-pound bags of vegetables, okay, that you can mix and match 5 bags for $19.99.
Oh,
So, and that's just, even if you want to keep things in the deep freezer,
Yeah.
that's a great cost saver. But I love keeping steam fresh on hand because, you know, let's face it, I'm probably not going to break apart broccoli florets at night. I'm just not going to. So these are fantastic to keep on hand. There's also newer products that have, for like here, you've got sweet potatoes, carrots, and red potatoes together. So kind of a different side for dinner. So just keep all this in mind because there's some really good items. And they've done different flavors. Like here is a Parmesan peppercorn cauliflower bite. Okay. So different things you can try to kind of make dinner a little bit more interesting. The nutrition label, because sometimes products can surprise you in a good way or sometimes a not so great way. The lasagna with the is 42 grams of carbohydrate, which is perfect. It's actually perfect. 30 to 45 is a great portion or a great amount. So that's something, and this is going to be less sodium. I know you're looking at that. It's going to be less sodium than if you buy something takeout. Okay. So always keep these things in mind, but check the packaging.
flour. You know, that's big, like everybody's subbing
Cauliflower,
I was just curious what the content.
12 grams. 12 grams.
Yeah.
Yep.
And 36. So, okay. Question. So, total carbs. I know some people count total carbs and some people count net carbs. So, total less dietary fiber.
Right.
What's the purpose? What's the difference in the two?
Well, okay, so Adriana's heard me talk about this. Net carbs, yes, is total carbohydrate minus the fiber.
Right.
With the assumption that the body is not absorbing the fiber, it's passing through.
Okay.
My concern with that is it's like back in the late 80s, early 1990s when we had fat-free products. You get a little overconfident
Right.
and you may give yourself a bigger portion than you intended to.
Okay.
So it kind of, you have to know yourself because it can kind of trick the mind as to what am I actually getting.
Right.
Okay. So again, just know yourself. It's like when things are labeled low calorie, fat free, you may take a bigger portion. Okay. This one, okay, so this is right during COVID when noodle bowls were becoming big. Okay. Lim Cuisine came out with these products. So the carbohydrate here is 59 grams. So that's really outside the range. And if you have something with it, it's going to really put it over the top. Okay. And the sodium gets close to 900 milligrams. So watch.
It tastes good.
So watch products because you even regardless of the brand, whether it's regular Stouffer's,
You will read. Oh, Lim Cuisine. Yeah, thank you.
that you take it. Yeah. So always
Yeah.
look at it. Y'all done these? Okay.
My daughter loves the meat one.
Yeah.
The one that has the black label right there.
So these, the Just Crack an Egg, all you do is take an egg, literally, pour all the contents in together, crack it, mix it together, and put it in the microwave, and you have an omelet. Ready to go.
Yeah.
And that also would be good. This is just Plan B for dinner. To put into a quesadilla. Okay. This one, this particular one has only 24 grams of carb. Inexpensive flour tortilla, but you can either eat this for breakfast, okay, or put it into a quesadilla and make a breakfast burrito for dinner.